Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. I wanna ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all. Living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all. Living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
That's what she says. Hey guys, what is going on? It is another Wednesday and another Wednesday where Baron has to host, and I just want to get my apologies out the way now. But thank God that I am not alone in this, and you guys don't have to listen to me rant for too long, because the rants are going to be here, the ramblings are going to be there, the rumbling. No, but no, I don't know why I did that. They're okay. They're okay. Though. No, I talk too much, as I'm doing now. Yeah. Yes, welcome to the 2XP podcast. It is episode. Fame hates that, but I'm doing it on purpose. Episode 281. I know it's supposed to be level 281, but it's episode 281 for those who are uninitiated. Which, if you would like to get initiated, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. And then, if you want to get initiated with a fee that actually helps us keep the lights on, that is the memberships, that is the Patreon, or you can just find a PayPal.me link to go ahead and shoot it to me. So, not me, but me, yeah, actually.
Technically, yeah.
But yes, welcome back. And I am supported and held up, and the base of this operation just so happens to be below me, right in my screen, which I don't know what it looks like because I'm looking at the chat, but the glorious floor hugger.
Oh my
How you
god,
doing?
he said glorious. What's up? You know, it's a weird because it's that like weird season between the holidays and the major
Mm,
gaming releases. So it's like, it's quiet. I'm kind of enjoying it. But the only news that, does come out is layoff news and just more devastating news.
Ah,
So,
and
yeah.
like,
and we're definitely gonna get more into that in a bit. But dude, like, first off, you guys, so we got somebody else supposed to be jumping in. I don't want to say their name just in case they decide not to or don't make it. So I'm not gonna say their name. But the person I lean on the most behind the scenes, like the person that I'll send a message and cry and be like, hey, and who's there, offer that support. A totem in the space, Mr. Keith.
Oh, you're talking
And
about me. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
yeah,
Me?
yeah, yes, yes.
I
Like,
mean, I was just, I was just sitting here doing nothing between coding and yelling at my kids and going crazy. And now I got to find a new barber because, my barber decided he was going to disappear. So barbers, man.
ooh,
Oh,
you,
Oh, I hate that.
I'm gonna tell you. Funny enough, a major part of me growing out my hair was the rising cost of barbers, and then my barber kind of starting to hit the road. This was right around the
mm,
time when social media barbers really started like making waves. So this was about 5-6 years ago, like when it really, like, it started really being a thing.
Oh, it's
And
a pain, man.
yeah, and it's a headache. And he started getting popular. He started going to tournaments and competitions, and then the prices started going up. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grow my hair. So, and then the sponges came out. So I went through the phases. First I had waves, and then all of a sudden now the hair got a little too long for waves, and then I started rolling, and then I started twisting, and now it's still twist. Somebody was like, "Why don't you get dreads?" And I was like, "It's too permanent."
Well, I'm
I like to have
stressing
a
out
combination.
because, PAX is coming up and, you
Yeah,
know, I need a cut.
yeah.
But can
Hey,
I just can I just change something real quick?
yeah,
Can I
yeah,
just
yeah.
say how tough is this Gundam shirt?
I
Levi
was
has
about
Oh,
to say,
Gundam shirts. Holy crap. They got
wait, like
pat
Levi, like Jean Company Levi?
yes, yes. I saw them a couple days ago. I was like, I want that. Give me that now.
What?
pop off
Is nothing
Levi. Okay.
sacred anymore? Hey, no, but isn't that a trip? Like, to see? Okay, since we're on anime, and I know we'll get to gaming and we'll get to PlayStation layoffs, Nintendo, and Helldivers. But first, isn't it weird seeing all, not weird, but isn't it a trip seeing all of the anime support and stickers on cars these days? Like,
I
remember, it used to
saw
be like one car. You would see that car in the neighborhood.
we
Now
were
it's like every
it's
other car.
great. So there's actually something out there right now, not particularly for anime, but everything. My wife and I were just driving and we saw a guy's car, and I was like, that's Donkey Kong Racing. And then it changed. I was like, well, what is that? They have an LCD you can put in your windshield, and you can change it. You can put different pictures in there. I was like, wow.
That's
I
cool.
See,
ordered that. I was like, yeah, I'm getting that.
the
I'm
future
getting
is
that.
now. Tech
I
is
am so
now.
getting that.
But
But yeah,
Future is
I'm
now.
happy to see all the anime stuff. There's a
yes,
guy around here who's got Dragon Ball stuff. There's another guy who has Transformer stuff. The guy who has the Transformer stuff copied me because my previous car, I had two Autobot symbols on the side of the car
nice.
and in the back, and everybody's like, is that a transformer? And I was like, first of all, yes. Second of all, it's the Autobot.
Yeah,
So,
like
but I see
little.
a
We got
lot
to
more.
be accurate.
I see a lot more Decepticons in my area. I feel outnumbered because I'm the only Autobot.
Uh, Everybody wants to be like edgy bad guy.
Everybody
I'm
wants to be
very
Megs.
Mm.
man,
Prime
Megatron.
for life. Prime for life.
Off the prime. No, but
Prime for life.
Prime.
prime. No,
Okay, Baron.
but no. So on a not so happy note, gaming is the number one form of entertainment.
Did you say that
Gaming
again? Say that again.
gaming is the number one form of entertainment on
Yes.
earth. Whether it's, you got mobile gaming, you got PC gaming, and then of course you got console gaming. And I learned that from good friend Keith here on his show. But knowing that, knowing that this is bigger than Hollywood, knowing that that Hollywood is trying to integrate into gaming, that Hollywood is trying to integrate into gaming. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. To see the amount of people being laid off as all of these companies are hitting record numbers. Every one of these companies who is laying people off is having record numbers. And this is the unlocked character that we had been plugging in cheat codes for. And now
Perfect timing.
Bordy McBoard.
Oh, hi. Oh, I'm sorry. You said unlock character, and I was like, perfect timing. I was like, I don't know where you're going with the point because I was looking a little bit, but it's always behind. So yeah, unlock character, as you were saying, Bear.
Yes, the unlocked character. We beat the game the first time around, and now we got access to Bordy McBoard. How are you doing today?
DLC. I am great.
She's the horse armor.
No,
Who paid the $5?
no. She is top quality. She is definitely the $100 package on Valorant.
You know what? Your Red Dead Undead Nightmare. You're so good. You had to get a standalone. Just
Yes,
mm.
with
This
the
is
whole
too
special
many
edition
compliments.
case and disc print. Yes.
Mm.
I feel like I'm like the Street Fighter 4 DLC that's actually the game, and then it's like people are like complaining about the fact that you have to pay. So I'm just here, guys. Hey guys.
But yes. So going back on my rant, gaming is everything in the world of entertainment. That is what it is now. So to see it being in such a high place, being so part of everything, to where you see video game commercials during major sporting events. I remember God of War Ragnarok was being marketed during the Super Bowl at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And it just, all of these things, you got video games now being the next movie wave. It went from comic books to now it's video games now being the big movies. And all of these things are happening as the people who make these video games happen are being let go, are in environments that are not stable, that are being underpaid, that, like, so much of this is happening. The one group of people who make all of this possible are being treated the absolute worst. And it makes no sense. I how can you, going over to you, Hugger. What 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 was your, did you see the news today? Because it was PlayStation and EA.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what to think because I think what a lot of the conversation is missing is the side of the people that are getting laid off, because the layoffs could be contracts ending that has been grouped into layoff. It could be short term temporal stuff that could be grouped into that. It's never fun when somebody loses their job, but it is
True.
also very much part of the world where gaming industry is not the only one with mass layoffs right now. We're just more
True.
vocal about it.
Very
Automotive
true.
industry has had mass layoffs. mechanics, food service. It's kind of like around the world. So it is unfortunate that those people do lose their jobs, but it's also, we work in an industry that's kind of above and beyond. We don't need gaming. It is a enjoyment. It is a hobby. It is a way to express mediums and creativity. Now that, like I said, painting and all that stuff did for them at their time, but I just wish that these greedy CEOs would stop saying we've had record profits and I'm taking home a bigger cut, and then next week be like, all right, 10,000 people, screw you, you got to go, you don't have rent now. How do you flip the system? Because everything is built for those CEOs to thrive and the small guys to get crapped on.
And that's that. You bring up a major part of all of this is through all of these layoffs, you hear nothing but positives for the company as a whole, and of course you don't hear anything negative in regards to the CEOs who are leading these companies. Now, I don't like calling for people's jobs. That's not really my thing. But I've always been of the mind that it's easier to replace one than hundreds. That's always been something that, I always thought made a little sense. Is, damn, what kind of contracts do these guys have? Because to be afraid, no, let's be real. If a company as a whole doesn't succeed, don't we usually look to the leadership? Not so
Yes.
much the grunts.
So that's
Go ahead,
the
Morty.
interesting thing. That's the interesting thing about it. Because as Hugger said, all these people are getting laid off in all these respective industries, but the CEOs keep getting like record billionaire profits. Like you could talk like about Warner Brothers and all the shady stuff that they're doing, right? In terms of that. I think you saw the best example of like the disparity, and some of it is laws, right? Because as you saw in all the people getting laid off and the different practices and the different severance packages that they got, depending on the country, right? Because when it was announced, and I have it in front of me, it's like PlayStation London had its own terms, and then in Japan, like they were given like a support program to feed them into the next career pathway that they went to, versus like US workers, it was just like deuces, figure it out, right? Deuces, figure it out.
Have a good time.
And I realized it too. Like a lot of people were like praising Iwata for Nintendo for like taking cuts during like the Wii U era, and the reason why he did it wasn't nobility. It was due to the fact that they had labor laws that actually mandated, so you can't have record profits in Japan and then just say, hey, we're just gonna cut the war first, and then the CEO gets more money. Like you legally can't do that in Japan. And so that like Nintendo, that explains why they don't have all these record cuts like everybody else, all these American companies like Microsoft and PlayStation, all these different places, right? Twitch, even if you're talking about different gaming industries, right? Or gaming related industries. So they actually have like rights that protect them over CEOs screwing people for opportunities. So that's why they're able to sustain and thrive on. Whereas in America, of course, we don't have any of that. So they just get cut for beans, right? I'm so glad that it's very obvious, though, that it's not these workers' faults. It's all like the corporate infrastructure of this happening, right? Because as you said, gaming is still doing successful. A lot of these companies, unfortunately, CEOs are making terrible decisions. Like CEOs, especially like 2020, right? 2020, there was such an investment in the entertainment space and such a short-sighted, I would say short-sighted in one sense, and then not short-sighted in another sense, right? Because there was all this like immediate pump of money pumping up, trying to like put a whole bunch of money into gaming, not realizing that 2020 was a unique bubble because
Yep.
like all you could do was entertainment, right? Because you couldn't go outside. So all you could do was entertainment, right? So there was a part of people where they invested way too heavily. But I think some of those investments would have paid off if you had patience. But a lot of people just like to put money. I don't get it in a month, in a year. It's over. And then they pull out. And so unfortunately, real people get caught up into that. So all of this isn't necessarily like a stab at Sony or a stab at PlayStation. I don't think it has anything to do with a grander sense of how the gaming market is. I think gaming is as strong as it's ever been. I just think that we just have a really we can curse, right? Shit infrastructure as to how things are like gone into the future about how to not only scale companies, but also like to make sure people don't get screwed over and one person just gets $1 billion for that or $1 trillion, like billions of dollars because of this, you know? Like,
Yeah. And so seeing all of the, seeing how everything is playing out, and it just crushes me that this is the band-aid that they decide to use. That laying off mass amounts of people, it is because first off, I feel like you create a shaky foundation for the future of this space. And Keith, what does it say about the future of not I guess you could I guess the future of quality and type of gaming world we're gonna see? Because this has to have ripple effects. You don't lay off this many
It definitely
people.
does. It definitely does. So let me go divulge a little bit first. First of all, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the bubble. Let's go back to COVID. And even before that. And we started seeing these companies realizing that gaming is very important. Gaming has surpassed, hope my voice doesn't give out here, has surpassed movies as the #1 form of entertainment in this country and perhaps the world.
Yes.
And they're realizing this and they want to start doubling down. COVID came, okay, great. We need to double down more. We can get more stuff sold during this time frame. And once COVID, a good example of this is highways. Great example. Less people on the road, more people at home gaming, chilling, and watching TV, whatever. COVID was over. Slowly start seeing more and more people on the road. Slowly start seeing more people in stores. They're not gaming. They're not watching TV anymore. They're not in the movie theaters or whatever anymore. They are doing things that they normally would do. So now we got gaming. So now we overhired, and now we have 1,000 people here. Well, maybe we don't need 1,000 people. Maybe we only need 300. So now we start laying off all these people. Okay, the ripple effect that you were talking about is this. Now we have less people. We have projects that may be depending on these 1,000 people because you put spots in for everybody. Everybody had a place. Now that space is gone. Okay, great. So now that game is either going to be delayed or canceled. People are going to lose their jobs. People are going to lose faith in the game industry. People are going to look for jobs again. Same thing happens. They go, wow, we don't have the money, or there's too much money being used. Spider-Man 2, $300 million? $300 million
Yeah.
for a video game.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it wasn't, I'm gonna say it was an okay game, but it wasn't the game. It wasn't the, oh my god, the holy grail of video games. It's like, all right, this is Spider-Man, but with some more stuff. It's fun, great. $300 million. How much is Wolverine going to cost? How much is Wolverine going to cost now? So the problem is these companies realizing that we doubled down too much. We need to get back. We need to start making it, because I don't think they recouped the money for Spider-Man 2. And now the investors are like, well, where's our money? Well, we used it for development costs. Okay, so where's our ROI? Where's our return on investment? Well, you ain't got it. Well, you need to do something, because let's be honest. The reason why we're seeing these layoffs is because people are saying, where's my money?
Profit.
Where's my money?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
And it's not there. So, all right, we got to let go of these people. But the thing I really hate, the thing I hate about this more than anything, and if I had the ability, if I had the power, I would do this in a heartbeat. I would walk up to every C-suite and punch them all in the face. All the managers, all the supervisors.
What C-suite is to folks.
These are the people that run the company. You know, I don't want to give out titles. Basically,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are the Illuminatis of the companies. These are the men up top making the decisions that influence how a game or a company is ran, and they dictate your life when you work at a company.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting laid off now. We're laying off 900 people, but I get to keep my job, and I got my $5 million in my pocket or whatever it is. The C-suite are the people that never get affected during layoffs,
Yep.
but they should be. They
And
should
they-
be the first
Should be.
people affected because they don't do anything.
That they are not integral in the infrastructure of the company to keep things going and to have
They don't do
to
a
make the
damn
product.
thing.
They don't do anything to make the product.
And they don't have business sense either. Like, they don't understand the industry a lot of times that they're actually over. And so, like, they'll pay like tons of money just to have, like, oh, for instance, like live service games, right? A reason why all of that's being pushed is because they say, oh, Fortnite money. We want
Yeah.
money. Live service. Woo. You talk
That's
about
the
games being, yeah, that's the the future.
That's the future. Yeah.
No, you're right. You know,
It's-
you're 100% right. People see Fortnite. Fortnite is a great example. We want our Fortnite. But the thing
Yeah.
is, you're never going to get it.
Nope.
You're never going to
That
get
was
it
a 1 in a
because
million.
that's one in a million, and they don't try, right? They do like crummy things like the not the Suicide Squad game, right? Like
Mhm.
they just say, "Ooh, it's superheroes, y'all like that, right?" Not understanding that the reason why Fortnite changed itself like 3 different times in order
Yep.
to get as much money as it had. It was a completely different game when it first dropped, and
Yep.
then
Yep.
they established themselves being built, and then they realized people don't really like building, so they changed themselves again to fix themselves to get that. Things like Riot's Valorant is
Yeah.
built off the fact that Riot had a massively successful game in League of Legends and was able to push that, and not only that, integrate elements like Overwatch and CS:GO in order to make that game, right? And
Overwatch.
and they dropped the ball too because they also didn't care, and they also
Nope.
weren't listening to
They're
their fan
greed,
base as
man.
well.
They chased
Greed is
esports and
what
killed
caused
it.
that.
Mhm.
And as somebody who works in the esports industry, my goodness, it's full of that same mentality where it's pump and dump. Let's try to go with the most popular thing, and let's not see it through in a way in which, hey, we're actually listening to the gamers. We're actually making things that they want. The Twisted Metal project actually got canceled because of all these layouts. It was a live service game that was supposed to be Twisted Metal, and it got cut off because of people getting fired. And honestly, that might be a best blessing in disguise because all that money would have gone to waste. Because if
I don't
things
want
like
to twist
Halo,
live service game. Oh my god.
I don't, and that's a, like, fans have been asking for that for years. But if things like Halo can't get clout based on the fact that it's Halo and it moves systems because it was a shitty live service game, Twisted Metal isn't going to do much either. You need to actually make games that people fucking want. But CEOs,
Can I add
they
to
don't
that?
listen.
I think the
for it.
problem with that also is because we grew up playing Twisted Metal. We grew up playing Halo.
Mhm.
We don't want these games taken for what they actually are and turned into a live service game. If you want to
Yes.
make a live service game, make something that's completely new
Yep.
and
Period.
focus on it.
Or
Period.
I'm putting on my money hat. Or take another team and let them try something out and have fun with it.
But that
Like,
doesn't
let's-
work because
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
Ubisoft. Ubisoft had 8 battle royale games in the works that they canceled. 8 battle
But
royale
how?
games.
But why? But listen to that. Why on earth do you have 8 battle royale? You don't have enough player base. Your game's going on sale within
They
the
were
first
chasing
week.
that PUBG money. They were chasing
They
that
were.
PUBG money.
But then
Yep.
you blame us consumers, or you blame your employees, which is
For
or
being
not
stupid.
blame your employees. You punish your employees.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
that is where things are so weird because let's be honest. Thinking of Halo, I forgot who it was on Twitter and I don't have the tweet up, so if I quote it, I'm sorry. But somebody from the back, in the background with Halo was like, yeah, the whole idea of Helldivers, we presented an idea very similar to that with the ODST and with the grunts, like we definitely
Yeah.
put
You
that
know what?
idea out there.
ODST as a live service game would have worked.
It would have worked perfect. Are you kidding me?
That's what
yeah.
Helldivers
Because
was.
that fit.
Yeah.
That's what Helldivers is. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk about Helldivers later. I'm trying to stay on track for fame's sake. But back to the layoffs, and the thing that gets me is the industry needs protection. And when I say the industry, I mean the people who make the industry possible. They need protection. There needs to be, I hope it is sweeping unionization across the board. And I hope it kicks some type of ass. And as a consumer, all this is going to do is actually give me time. Because of course there's going to be some rocky times. Let's say the unionization, like I think needs to happen, goes through, it's going to take a few years. And it's going to be a weird space within gaming in terms of releases.
And that's fine.
Because my
It's worth it.
backlog is
Exactly.
through
It's
the
We
I like
have
to
so
talk as a
many games
consumer.
out right now.
Yeah.
There's no reason. I mean, there's been plenty of times I sit there and I go, I'm bored. But the thing is, I just don't want to look at my backlog, and I want something new to play.
Yep.
It's not that I'm bored; it's that I don't want to
Yep.
go back and play that. Something
bored
else.
with the 400 games in the backlog.
Exactly.
Spiritfarer,
I need
Persona
great game.
5.
Why are you not
Oh,
playing
so
Persona
bad.
5?
Well, I
Don't-
played it on.
don't.
I played it on Game
No.
Pass.
To
Bet
be
you
fair,
don't play Final Fantasy tomorrow, though, aren't you?
No, because I haven't
You
even.
played it on Game
I
Pass though.
I still have the remake in packaging from
man.
that one Christmas. But yeah, my
Flex.
backlog.
Okay, Flex.
Yeah,
Capital Flex there.
Small flex. But no, I think this is that, and it feels like the perfect time, right? Like I know a lot of people crap on IGN and whatnot. We're not here to talk about that, but their creative team unionized, and they got, I think currently they're approved. And I forgot, the head of the union was talking about how the time to unionize is when things are good, when you have some even ground to stand on.
Yep.
And that's the time to unionize, and they did it. And seeing that makes me so happy. And I hope and pray that because first off, I know gaming needs unionization. There needs to be some form of protection in place. Any other thoughts on the layoffs before we get over to Nintendo being Nintendo again?
They
No,
suck.
yeah. They suck.
They suck. I want to point out something. I don't know a lot of people paid attention to this. 'Cause when I was writing my article about this, I was like, wait, they did this last year around the same time. People don't remember that. They laid off, was it 5 or 6% of their workforce last year
EA
in March,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing it again. And when I was checking facts for that, somebody was like, "Yeah, they did this last year." They said every year is a new year for layoffs, Keith. I was like, "Wow, that's sad that you said that."
And Drake, you say that unionization isn't going to prevent
it
layoffs.
makes it harder.
It makes it harder.
Harder.
We literally just talked about the fact that the Wii U was a disaster for Nintendo. If this were in America, they easily would have cut so many losses.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, if not the whole company, then so many workers, a big portion of their worker base would have been gone, right? But because of the labor loss in Japan, it forced Iwata to take less money. They pushed through, and they were able to find some luck with the Wii, and then with the Switch, and able to sustain themselves and keep it going. If you have unionization, you cannot fire someone just because any like unreasonable,
or you're gonna have to get hit in the pockets for it.
Yes, you're gonna be. Yes,
and this is why I think the contracts that are going on with these C-suite folks must be ridiculous, because it is easier to take a hit by firing all these people, hundreds of people, damn near thousands, than to get rid of one. That means your contract is nasty.
And that's the problem that we already had. How long did it take for the industry to get rid of Bobby? How long? How many?
It took a merger. It took a merger.
And then, even then, he has a ridiculous amount of money. And that's the thing. And he's the only one we knew of because he was always in the spotlight. Think about everybody else out there who's got something like him. And they would rather get rid of their employees, the people who work on the game, the people who are the grunts, the blood, sweat, and tears of making the game, and they'd rather get rid of them, which is kind of dumb to me because it's like you're firing your developers, your designers, the people who are working on this game, and you decide, all right, I want to keep working on this game. Well, the people that were the experts, you fired them.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna release it anyway. Game comes out, the game's crappy. You're all
Yep.
fired. This game is shit.
Wait,
But
wait.
it was
and,
your fault,
and then you got to end up paying them more to come on and consult than if you would have just had
right?
them on as
How
an
many people
employee.
have
Yeah.
you seen do that? Yep.
Yeah, or it
We're hiring
totally
again. Come back.
destroys your company. Like,
Yeah.
I'm playing Disco Elysium right now, and Zon went through the same thing where they
Oh,
basically
yeah,
stole all the rights
yeah.
for it. And so it's just, you can't get more money because you can't get a sequel because all your writing team basically left. And then
Yep.
people aren't going to pay you money because they know that you did BS to actually make it so that they can't own their property. So you end up losing out. Greed actually
Yep.
screws you over. But that's why Baron, when he said you need to do it while things are good, right now, the economy quote unquote is doing well, but it's not. Normal people aren't feeling well right now. Groceries are high, all these different things are high. But meanwhile, you got CEOs trying to do like surge prices and all these stupid things. So people are gonna feel all of these even worse, right?
Eat cereal
They're-
for dinner.
Eat cereal for dinner, right?
A CEO of Kellogg
Did
really
that
said
when I was
that
a kid.
post.
I'll do it again
Let
if I
them
need
eat
to.
cereal.
No, but
Forget
the
cake,
CEO
let
of
'em eat cereal.
Kellogg, yeah, the CEO
Yeah.
of Kellogg came out and said, well, eat cereal for dinner. Like,
Yeah, instead of eating meat,
what?
right? But they're gonna use all these excuses
Yes.
to justify why they can't pay people, and then if they're not getting money, then they're going to say this is why we should cut even more people, right? And then they still get
This
away
is
with
why
more
we
money.
should raise the
So-
cost of games.
So this is
Oh,
why
let's not go there. I
you
love that
need to
conversation.
unionize while it's here, right? Exactly, because they're gonna do all those tactics. You need to unionize while you still have the goodwill, because right now things are bad, and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna get worse before it gets better, unfortunately.
That said,
Now-
I do want to give a shout out to Remedy for getting control over control in the next couple
Mhm.
games. They got that back, so that's a good step for them. But the industry is just, it's really depressing. I'm 47 years old. I've been gaming for a while, and I've watched the industry grow and change, and it's just so frustrating to see everything that's happening. And it's just like this is not going to get better anytime soon. Somebody was like, it has to get worse before it gets better. I'm like, no, it's just going to keep getting worse.
Yep.
I don't see it
Right.
getting better anytime soon.
Run it into
No.
the ground. And then, this is off topic, but then AI is just gonna fuel a lot of crap games in the future. But like and
Not
because you're gonna think
necessarily.
this one, well, no. You're gonna think this one AI can replace 10 artists. Like,
And you
and
know what? Truth be told, it can. It
yes,
100%
it
can replace 10 artists, but you can tell when it replaced 10 artists. That's the thing.
that.
Morphin
Yep, that.
fingers, and it
Like,
has
oh.
like a glossy skin.
We've been on Steam, and we've all played a Steam dumpster dive. We've all been on Steam.
Mhm.
Like, shitty games are always gonna be there.
Yeah, they're gonna sell.
Mm,
What was that
and that's-
one game that did super well where the dude's in the pot and he's swinging the hammer?
Oh
Girl.
man,
Getting over it.
Getting
Yeah.
over it.
Getting over it.
Like that. I've seen so many people stream that game. Or that game only up or
not just because of Twitch.
Anything
That
by
was
Bennett
the
Body.
Twitch flavor of the month. Oh,
but
That's true.
But it did its thing.
did.
And but so moving on. Good old Nintendo. The folks who love to put out a game and then take it from us. The folks who have access to so much but give so little.
Don't forget
Fair.
releasing a game like 5 years later and it being $60, but the previous game still being $50. Splatoon 2 and 3.
Oh wait,
I was gonna say
what about
Bayonetta.
what about selling that Mario
Anything from
game
Nintendo.
and then removing it?
anything from Nintendo. Anything from Nintendo. They don't go down.
No, you
No.
might as well get on release because it's never
That-
gonna go down.
This is why I buy physical Nintendo, because it's like buying stock. Like you're holding on to value. Like I
That's some
have
gold
more
you're burying in the
physical Switch.
backyard.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got you know how much Pokemon games cost? Legitimate physical Pokemon games, because there are
Too
fake
much.
ones that go out there. But Dude, a DS Pokemon game will cost you $70-$80 on a
That's
cheap day
Mhm.
right now. Like,
Let alone a couple
Nintendo don't
years
care.
when there's none of them
Nintendo
because they're
don't
gonna pull
care.
them off. Yeah.
They're the company that sold us cardboard boxes. But
We talked about that last time, didn't
yes, we did. I will bring it up every time we bring up Nintendo. This is the company that sold us cardboard boxes.
Innovation. Ooh, excitement,
Mhm.
imagination.
But you know
So,
what? They are using their innovation more than the rest of the games industry because the games industry is one of the most beautifully diverse, culturally diverse spaces where creatives from all over every single branch of music, drawing, technical skills, writing come together. But everything that gets put out is the same. Make that make
Mhm.
sense.
I
yeah.
would
No
disagree
sense.
on just one part. I would just say when you come to AAA, indies,
Yes.
Don't forget
indies
the
are amazing.
quadruple
Mhm.
A's. We got to
Oh,
get to
the
the 4
quadruple
A's now.
A
With Skull and
studios.
Bones, we're at 4 A's now.
Oh,
Stop.
Toy boat
Yeah.
simulator? What do you mean? You don't
Yeah.
actually get off. You just but get toy boats together, guys. It's toy boats.
Anyway, back to
And you-
Nintendo.
It's like in the bathtub where you just
And you-
have like toy
And
boats
you know
crashing
what
together.
sucks? And we talked about this on the Outer Haven show. Me and Keith did. Pirates is an amazing game. Sid Meier's Pirates. You could
Mhm.
go play it right now, and it is a better version of Skull and Bones than Skull and Bones. You even get to
How's
have
that game
actual.
going?
Oh, Sid Meier Pirates? Is it still like cranking
No,
right
no,
now?
no, no.
Oh,
what the hell is it?
I don't know.
I've
I
ignored
didn't look at the
It
numbers.
the player base, I just saw an article on it the other day. The player base is just tanked after like
I think it's
like
under
a couple
1,000.
days.
Not surprised.
Yeah,
That's sad.
Skull and
tanked.
Bones is the haunted remains of the alpha of Black Flag. It's gotta be because there's no
Yeah,
way.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, do you think
Absolutely.
how much? Oh, see, now I want to talk to like code people. Like, how much of Black Flag is
Not a
DNA
lot
is
because
in?
those animations are bad.
Oh, Black Flag did look great, and the sea shanties were
That
awesome.
that's why I say it's the equivalent of when you were in a bathtub when you were 5 and you just put your toy boats together and you just like hit it together because you can't get off, you can't disembark, you can't do nothing. I'm not swashbuckling. I'm just like crashing my boats together. That's it. It's I am not a character. I am a boat.
You know what? You know what's gonna fix
I'm
Skull and
really not.
Bones? They're gonna go free to play, and it's just gonna be like World of Tanks, but with boats. Like that's what's gonna save them. They're gonna go a free to play method in the future, and
But you talk about money. That's the only way they can like do
Yeah.
something
I mean-
about money, but it's still not going to do anything about like quadruple
Siege
A means
hasn't even
quadruple
gone
A
free to
money, and
play
now
yet.
not.
which is a shock. But the point of Nintendo,
They don't care.
they're suing an emulator company called Yuzu, and I'm probably butchering the name. Now, the official papers went out, and emulation, from my understanding, is that
Here we go.
yeah,
Here we go.
Emulation is not illegal.
It is not.
Nope.
Emulation is not illegal. Now, where the angle that from what I glazed over, because of course I'm not a lawyer and this is not a legal podcast in any way, shape, or form, but they're going from the angle that money was made and the emulation's intent was to make profit, and they're using everything from Patreon to
They can't prove that.
yeah. Hey, I'm with you. Let me first off,
We
if
support emulation here.
I support emulation for the
Pirate's
simple
life,
fact,
baby. That's
well,
a pirate
not
game.
that
I like.
not that much, but I will say this. In a world where playing a game from my childhood that has the capability of being digitally uploaded cost a fortune to get access to,
Mhm.
or isn't available anywhere at all,
Disappear
legally?
from the world. Yeah.
you create a black market.
Mhm.
Like you create your own black market. Why haven't we seen GameCube games on the Switch yet? Why isn't the Nintendo 64's entire library on the Switch yet when those games were on the Wii U or on the Wii?
Yeah.
Like,
Why has it been 20 years and I still don't have Mother 3? Like, there's plenty of reasons why you should emulate. Well, not you should emulate. Why emulation makes sense.
exists. Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
you in a world where everything's trying to go digital, you should make things easier to access digitally. and take my money. You don't think I'd pay for it? Most people like, are you
Especially
crazy?
especially because we've seen a precedent being laid where we talked about WB earlier, where
Yeah.
they'll straight up just pull things. Other streaming services will straight up pull things, and then that piece of media officially doesn't exist anymore. It's in the
Yep.
ether. It doesn't exist. Nobody has proof of concept. Nobody has anything of value from it anymore. So if you take things down, if we can't own games anymore, Ubisoft, uh, obviously we're going to need a record or catalog of that to be preserved, or people are going to want
Exactly.
to do so. So emulation needs to exist because of this. Like,
Yeah.
it's very obvious. Like, it needs to. Like, it's not even a question. Like, it's for gaming preservation and history's sake, honestly,
And
at the minimum.
no, and so, and Hugger, what do you think Nintendo has ground to stand on with this? Or they're just hoping to bury him with the lawsuit?
Hoping to bury them because, like he said, unless you can find an explicit tie that there was intent to make profit on all this, because I've used Yuzu, I could never get it working because I was just like, I have like an age thing where I'm like, it has to be at least 10 years old before I touch it. It's just a thing that if I can get it, I'm gonna buy it instead of emulate it. So, but like I know Crow just said emulation shouldn't exist for current gen. There is games that come out today that disappear. So I think it
Scott
should
Pilgrim
exist.
versus the World.
Yeah, exactly. It should exist. But I don't know.
That
I
game disappeared.
feel like Nintendo's reaching. This feels like when they tried to go after Dolphin, which was the GameCube emulator.
I remember
GameCube
that.
Wii, yeah.
But guess what? They would get record sales on those classic games if they just made them available to purchase.
That's
Not through the subscription. Well, also in the subscription. I like
No.
and. I don't like or. I like and. Like,
if you don't want
can
people
buy
to
here
do it,
and you
do
can
it
buy
yourself.
it there. That.
As somebody who is a strong firm for years, Earthbound Mother fan, right? That is something where, unfortunately, Nintendo of Japan, they can have their field day, they can have their cake, they can eat it too. Nintendo of America, for years, we were fighting to get Earthbound, another Earthbound port on Virtual Console. And they only just now, after like 20 something years, just now, well, actually 30 years, finally put it on like, Virtual Console, right? I think the Wii U was first dropped. We still don't have Mother 3. There are series that unfortunately don't make the import over, right? Even in this current gen. And people want access to those games. They want to play them, and more people would like to play it through legal means, honestly. The Mother 3 fan base. Yo, no, the Mother 3 fan base literally said, we'll give you the translations. Please just put it on Virtual Console so we can pay for it. And they still won't, right? So this is because of there's semantics like copyright law and all these different types of stuff. But gamers want to pay for things generally.
Yeah,
that's why streaming
100%.
services were doing well because piracy was hard to find. But now, since they're doing BS, now they're not giving as much money, and now a pirate's life, people are finding that a lot easier.
Yeah.
If you make things easy to access, people will pay the money. But they're not doing that, and that's why emulation exists.
Or you know what happens? Oh, go ahead, B.
Oh no, I was just gonna roll over to Keith.
Hi, Keith. What's the question?
Go ahead, Skip. My voice is like, I'm not letting you talk right now.
Hugger, got it.
You know what's could also be a little thing we might see in the future, because I think a lot of us are getting to the you pay me to do my job, not to do more than my job kind of situation. Like, screw you, there's no loyalty, is people are probably gonna by distinct means, maybe somewhere a link for an old game you don't see anymore pops up somewhere. Like, there's a link for No One Lives Forever 1 and 2 and Jack Contract, which were games that Vivendi bought but then buried, so you can't get them anywhere, like, at all. But one day a site mysteriously popped up with all 3 games just quietly, and I'm like, I kind of like that. Like,
look what happened to Spec Ops: The Line. I mean, they
Girl,
pulled it, and then the
that.
physicals went up from $15 for an expensive one with a booklet and the case to now those are like $80 to $100. You create such a ripple all from not making the things you have digitally available.
28 days later.
Oh,
The movie with
the
Cillian
movie.
Murphy.
Oh,
Cult
good luck
classic.
buying that. I wonder how much that bad boy costs now. I didn't even
Two?
go look.
I didn't know that.
It
Yeah,
got
they
taken off
removed it
all
recently.
streaming service.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy
Yeah.
because that's such a well-known thing too. It's not even obscure. Like 28 Days Later is like one of the zombie movies. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sucks because everybody's walking that line of getting away from physical media, but then you do something like this. And then it turns the limited number that was available into like, thank God I got a couple of FYEs near me. Like I think there's like 2 within driving distance. And I'll go in there and grab a couple movies, grab a couple DVDs, Blu-rays, and
I'm surprised they're still around. There's
Yeah,
one
they
near,
got a
near me in the mall, and I'm like, wow, you're still
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, and
Hanging on for dear life.
and I'm grateful for those places. Shout out to Grown Women Gaming. They were making fun of me because I was like, I buy DVDs. They were like, not even Blu-ray. I was like, I mean, if I can find a cheap Blu-ray, sure, but I buy DVDs.
Oh yeah.
It's because okay, prime example.
Because it's yeah.
Color Purple. When the new Color Purple movie came out, they removed all the classic Color Purple movies off of streaming services. Yeah, like they removed
Yeah, they
it.
did. Yeah, they did. I
It-
went looking. Yup.
Yeah, they removed it all. And so me and my family got together, and thank God my mom had her DVD version of it, and we all sat up and watched it. And it's a trip how that happens. So knowing that a movie company can do that, like good luck finding Dune, the OG Dune.
Oh
Good
my God.
luck.
It's impossible.
Without having to buy it. Like
Yeah.
it's not going to be on any streaming service right now. Most likely. I don't know for sure, but it's safe to assume, like as the new Dune's coming out, you're not going to have the original out there for people to watch for free. You're going to capitalize
Tron was
on
really
it.
hard to find when the new one came out.
See? And so why would they're doing this in the gaming space too? But back to the point of Nintendo.
I want to talk now. My voice is fine.
There you go.
I just man, Nintendo, I when I saw this pop up and people were like, oh no, they're gonna take this emulation tool out of the sky, out of the water. They're gonna be going. I'm like, Nintendo has no leg to stand on. They can't prove that they made any money off of it. They're not distributing any ROMs or anything. They tell you flat out when you go to their site, we will not tell you where to get these from. We will not tell you how to make them. Don't ask us. So that's right there. Everybody is entitled, at least as long as I remember, still to back up your copy of your game. Still, so unless they can, tell the law, change the law to not be able to do that, they don't have a leg to stand on that. This is Nintendo being a bully, trying to force somebody to stop them from doing what we've been doing for months, and that's playing Nintendo games on other hardware better than on the Switch. And they don't like it. And they're mad. And I don't care. Because here's the thing, Nintendo. Maybe if you take them out, but you must have a lot of old men running that company. That's not me. Because I would have told you flat out, if you stop them, 3 more will pop up.
Yep.
The Hydra.
You can't stop it. You took down one of the biggest ROM sites on the internet. And guess what? They're still available.
Yep.
Emulation has
And they're
existed for
sketchier
so
now.
long. People know
Yeah.
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
People know the methods to skirt around laws because it's existed for so long. Like, do
It's
you
like,
think we're
just
dumb?
because you stopped this one Nintendo hacker because he was doing some nefarious stuff, that's good on you. He need to be taken down. But people that aren't doing anything illegal and you're trying to stop them, they're not modifying your code. They're not using your code. They're not doing anything that belongs to you. Have fun.
Mhm.
Court's gonna go, what is this, Nintendo? The only problem is Nintendo could probably put an injunction against them and stop them from releasing the software until this is all settled.
No, and then and they come out with an update to kind of nullify. Oh, well, whatever.
Well,
But
Nintendo has the money, so
yeah, they do, and
They'll win.
that's the sucky thing. They have the bread to bury folks, and man. Long story short, emulation is going to happen regardless, in some way, shape, or form. But if it's about making money, or you feel like somebody's profiting off of your properties, then make them available for us to buy. we'd buy them.
People literally beg you.
We would buy them. I would buy Order Battle 64 right now on
Girl.
the
Orca
Switch. I would buy
Battle
it
64 is crazy.
right. Why
What
you
is
think
this
I'm
Ogre
excited for
Battle?
a unicorn? Why you think I'm excited for Unicorn Overlord? Because all it
That's
is
true.
Order Battle 64 for today. That's all it is. It even has a main character with blue hair who's a young knight led by a wizened old warrior.
It's right
bro,
around.
that's all
How
it
long do you
is.
think he gonna play for?
Oh
Oh,
my
bro, no,
god.
this
He's gonna have like
this
200 hours in like 3 days. It's
Symphony
Yeah,
of War,
never touch
Symphony
it.
of War. Shout
Yeah.
out to them. I played the hell out of Symphony of War. I played bro.
How
Anything
long did you
like
play
that,
the demo for Unicorn?
I
How
didn't
long did you
touch
play
it.
it?
I didn't touch it.
Okay.
I
I
didn't touch
played
it.
it for about a good
wait.
hour and a half, and I was like,
I
I'm
was
done.
waiting because they announced, what was it, yesterday or the day before, that the demo is available on all consoles. So now I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go find out which one I ordered my collection edition for because I forgot. Most likely PlayStation, and I'm gonna play the demo there because it rolls over.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's gonna be
And
a great
then-
game. It's gonna be a
And
great
then
game.
just to add to like my love for those style of games, DL Field Chronicles, picked it up. It was $19 physical. Look, when I
Now go out and find a copy of Dragon Force.
ooh,
Yeah.
they were the same. That was not Vanillaware, but the people.
Working
No,
designs. Working
Yeah,
designs.
yeah, dude.
They were amazing.
NIS, and freaking Atlas. I am in love with their games, but we got to get back to Melvin Creek for the Creek. Somebody made a veteran hat and they're selling it. It looks like a legit vet hat, and it says the Melvian Creek on it. Melvian Creek veteran, the planet lost in Helldivers 2. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a moment of silence. But
Are we talking about Helldivers now?
yeah, we're in the last few minutes.
Oh my
Last
God.
few minutes, let's talk about Helldivers 2. So who's
Wow, last
playing
few
Helldivers
minutes. Are we
2?
done already?
It's 4:53. We there. We did that.
Oh man, this
Time
gotta be
flew by,
longer,
man.
man. Come on.
Hell
I gotta
no.
He
get
said, I
back
got
to
something to
I
say
gotta get
about
back to the creek. To the creek. Wait. Let's see if y'all can hear. Oh, y'all didn't hear the beat. Beep. I just
The
did
only
it.
reason
it
we've
out.
had Baron this entire show is because
My
he's
controller was
hosting.
dead. Yeah, my controller was dead.
He's hosting.
Yeah, that's why I'm being responsible. That's why I'm like focused and dialed in, and I'm on cue, and I'm coming in with transitions, and and over to you,
Otherwise,
Fame
you'll be
host
silent for
next
like 20
time?
minutes. Yes,
bro. If
20
Fame
minutes
was
Watch when Fame
hosting,
hosts next
this
time.
this would have been my pose. Oh yeah. Oh man.
Oh, don't let it
Nintendo,
stop you from going back to Helldivers. I mean, and not that you're playing with me and all. I mean,
Wait, you running? I didn't know you were running.
have you not seen my post in Twitter or X? Did you not see the one where
Where were you when Creek fell?
Damn.
I don't know.
So much, Marion.
I don't know. But it was hilarious. There was a guy on my team called Hentai, and he killed me. So
Did
as
see
you can
that,
imagine,
and I did.
Hentai kills. Official statement. Hentai kills.
I was
Hentai
like,
kills?
well, I guess there's a good way to go out. It was hilarious.
Hey, okay. I gotta ask this question before we get into the advancements and some things we're all enjoying. Everybody here plays Helldivers 2, right? Everybody.
No, I'm forcing myself not to buy a game
Oh.
right now because I just finished Disco Elysium. I need to play Mass Effect. So I was like,
so you're working through your backlog. This is an honorable thing.
Yeah, I'm trying. Let's say ADHD.
I got one of the last physical copies on Earth.
ADHD.
No, on Super Earth. No, but I really, you don't understand. I called so many stores to get that, and then I ended up going into a Walmart. I went to Walmart to buy this.
Oh,
So
that
fresh.
story.
There was
that
only
story.
2 copies. There was only 2
Sometimes
copies.
you have to travel 30 miles to get a particular
get a game.
I hate it now. I hate it now.
Barefoot, uphill,
I
both
hate it.
ways. Yep.
No, man,
snow.
like our parents going to
Yes.
school, bro.
Yep.
Look, hey, no, but Helldivers 2 and the success we're seeing, right? This is the first game in a while
Yes.
where it's seen a boom in sales the second week. Normally it's that first week high, then it starts tapering off, but they said they've seen an increase in sales. Now, I'm not a numbers crunching guy. I'm not, but what I love to see is the feel. Seeing the success that a $40 game this successful makes me happy. Because as once again, I'm a consumer first. I don't develop games. My drawing is terrible. I don't know how to code. I am a consumer. So finding out that a $40 game can be a home run and be hard to find, that part I don't like as much. But this gives me hope for the future.
I mean, here, let's be honest. If we're talking about digital and physical again, they can be like, well, we made copies of the game. We made 50 copies of the game. So you can't complain, but we made copies of the game.
I gotta
Go
go
find
find
your
an
game.
old lady
And
and
if you can't
Target.
find it, all right, get it on digital. It's literally it.
Yeah, and I gotta go fight somebody's grandma.
Open up this cabinet for me, please. And they're trying to find the key.
Yeah, and and we over there playing rock paper scissors for the last copy. But no, so Helldivers 2, for those who don't know, it is a video game version of Starship Troopers. And for those who don't know what Starship Troopers is, you are a human fighting hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes of things that want to kill you. Yes, you are a colonizer. You do take on the role of colonizer. You are a bad guy, but that's not the point. Your cape is blowing in deep space
for valor
at all times, for freedom and for democracy.
For democracy.
And I will say they almost got me signed up. Like I get it. I get why folks get rah-rah. I feel it. Because democracy fell on Creek. And it's been rough, but Creek, the automatons will fall. Democracy will prevail.
You know what? If people stop acting like idiots and farming and actually do the missions like they're supposed to,
optional objections are just that, soldier. Optional. I
can see why you guys have never gamed together yet. I can see it now right here.
Oh
no! Look,
He's like, let me just go shoot things.
This is the most
like, let's go build
Baron get, because usually he's like,
yeah,
he falls in love with it and he gets on about it, but he's never like on anybody else about it. Here, he's like, you guys suck.
No, hey, no lie, Valorant kind of changed me. Like I've like almost great.
It makes you talk.
Yes, I'll be looking at like, what is this dude doing? You're whiffing that shot. He's only 4 feet in front of you, and you got a Spectre. Hold it down, spray. No, but look, listen.
Playing Helldivers with you is a trap, honestly.
Listen.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Thank you. What you got to say? Managed democracy will prevail because these things are needed in order to keep us safe. Super Earth will prevail. There is no part of this visible galaxy that Super Earth will not touch and will not have freedoms. Look, our freedoms are spread with rockets, lasers, and stim packs. That is what democracy looks like to Super Earth. Damn the bugs. Damn the automatons.
Yo, you ever get swarmed by the automatons when everybody just stops doing what they're supposed to do and they're just drop ship? And I was like, oh, this ain't happening. We're not beating this level. And it's like, can we just quit? Can we just quit? We're not going to win this.
I have evolved in my soldier skills. When it comes to automatons, I don't bring a resupply pack. I bring my recoilless rockets with the backpack to reload it so that I can shoot the engines of said automaton drop ships because I wish to keep my team alive. And
like old World War II pilots driving straight into the ground, scarf in the wind, but we're having fun doing it.
I'm imagining like Baron has like the debrief. All right, soldiers for today. We'll be storming the street right here. I want you guys to make sure you have grenades
just
in
like
your back.
go.
Drop that turret, soldier. We need evac now. but enough of me ranting about the greatness that is Helldivers 2. Keith, since you're the only person who plays it, did you see the leak? I want to say it was a leak of
No.
there was,
okay. Haven't heard anything.
So for those who don't know, there was a leak of Helldivers gameplay that showed a mech, that showed and then there was a Reddit post around the but there's going to be gear where you can bring in NPCs to support you, where you have there was even one of the devs who was talking about he remembers using subsonic and silenced weapons, which means you can go on. There's a more deeper stealth gameplay, which there is already a stealth gameplay mechanic in the game now, but the weapons don't necessarily match the scenario. So I hope that this game has legs. And what are some things you believe, Keith, that Helldivers 2 can do to continue to have the longevity and see this similar success, and this be a game that's in everybody's rotation for months, maybe even years to come?
We need new mission types.
100%.
We need more enemies, aliens, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
A raid would be nice.
Ooh.
That would be very nice. We take a team of 4, maybe 6 or whatever, and we go in and we do objectives, and then we get better loot, and then we get out. Maybe get rid of the premium war bonds, because I don't think they're worthwhile, at least not right now. If you're gonna make people pay money, because let's be honest, you have to pay money to get most of those. You don't get enough super credit.
Hold on. I'm at 635 super credits. I'm saving up. I'm working my ass off.
But to get to the premium war bond, you need 1,000 super credits, and you don't get that.
Hey, you haven't been blowing up containers. They drop super credits in containers. So there's these. So the one thing about Helldivers 2 is this game tells you nothing. You think Dark Souls tells you nothing. Did you know that
it tells you a lot? You just gotta pay attention.
Okay, sure.
Dark Souls 2 guys, we talked about that.
Look, Dark Souls tells you nothing. But look, did you know that if you hold the reload button, that different options for your scope and fire type and light function pops up for your gun? Did you know that, Keith?
No, I didn't.
My point proven. Helldivers 2 tells you nothing. I found this out today while playing with someone. Shout out to Cam the dad. And we are playing, and he was like, if you just hold the reload button, you get to change your fire type, your scope.
No, wait, it tells you that.
Where?
It tells you that.
Where?
Some of the loading screens tell you that.
Once again.
Oh, people don't read.
Once again, this game tells you nothing. This man, and it's in between the BS. Do you know what other tip the game gave me? Don't drink and drive, which is very true. But that's the tip that I got.
I love the general saying, what is it? Most fire won't. What does he say? Most fire won't go through cover if it's made out of something solid or something to that effect. So you gotta sit there and listen to the guy.
Oh God, Johnny was found out.
Think about
go ahead.
Betrayal, Johnny.
Bordy and I were just playing Resident Evil 5 yesterday. Yes. These games where there is like stuff on the loading screen is eventually going to get to a point. We were trying to read the loading screens in between. We were just loading so fast we couldn't see anything.
There are some games that you can't read it. The load screen comes up and it's like gone. It's like, all right, never mind.
But I didn't want to read anyway.
Actually,
like anime informational.
Right, where they like go through the whole thing again
and then it's like boom, and then it's like right before the commercial break, and then it's gone.
Yep. But I think that's actually like good for the longevity of the game, because then you get more social. Like the reason Helldivers do so well, they have these social hits, right? Like that's why Baldur's did so well. You need to be with it in the social media, the communication. So if you hide or have some hidden mechanics or like intentionally or unintentionally, right?
Right?
People share that information. That's more the social buzz, and that creates it and makes it actually sustainable. So that sounds like a good, whether intentional or unintentional, a good strategy to make sure people pump in.
Now, going back to the raid point, and then we'll wrap it up because I'm definitely running over. The raid, the idea of the raid,
Yeah.
what they should do is take from Mag. Now, for those who don't remember Mag
was a good game.
This was an amazing
I know
PlayStation 3 online only multiplayer not battle royale, multiplayer shooter. It was like Battlefield, and it had what was it, 200 people on screen at once?
Yeah.
It had
that one.
Now the way it did it was it broke it off into quadrants. So it was like 60 people in one area, so many people in another area. And then if you wanted to, you could risk it and run across no man's land and go to the other one and leave your company. But I think they could do something similar to that, where it's like a sectioned off giant Planet Side. That's a better example. Let's run with that. Planet Side 2.
I don't think a lot of people remember Planet Side 2 though.
Remember, I played it. What was it, Johnny? When did we play? Like last year or year before? But we were just playing not too long ago. Yeah, it still holds up.
Server's still online, really?
Yeah, you can go play Planet Side 2 for sure right now. But yes, I think that's a way that they could extend the longevity. And then of course crossover events. You could have Halo, you could have Killzone, you could have not Halo, that's Xbox. You could have Killzone, you could have you could do a Starship Trooper crossover. Like there's many things they could do. I could even see an alien mode. Like, can you imagine? Like,
I literally wrote to them on Twitter. I was like, please get the license for aliens. You would do an amazing job, please.
Yeah. Even if you don't make a full game, just add a planet or two. Like, add a region. That could be the new infected. Terminator. You could do a Terminator thing. The T-100s. Bro, like you... Bro. It sells itself. And that's why I think this game is going to have legs, because of simple potential like that.
Like you said, one part is like, to make a live service game actually work, you need to make sure you have social media buzz, but then you also invest and keep on investing in it. So the fact that they're already talking about that too, especially because like, did you guys have server issues? I read about like server issues. Like,
but guess what the quick and easy fix was? Put a time limit on people being idle. That's all it took. That's all they had to do. 15 minutes of idle and it kicks you, and then a screen pops up. So it's not like it's some arbitrary thing.
Because they never thought people were going to sit there all day. But then again, to be fair, not everybody does it on purpose. I know there's been plenty of times where wife needs me, I go upstairs. Kids are fighting, I go upstairs.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Yeah, like, and walk away, and it's 15 minutes. Like, oh, let me go change a diaper, and then it turns to feeding some kids.
Like... Yeah, and I can't imagine evil. I can't imagine they'd anticipated be like this successful this quickly. Like,
no, they didn't. No. Oh, yeah. No.
So like that explains a lot of it too. So the fact that they're already like, let's get stuff in so we can actually keep this base, like that's better than a lot of live service games. So good for it.
I don't really think they thought this game was going to be as successful as it is. Especially how people were like, "Oh, it's going to be another Destiny. I don't need that." Blah 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 blah. Now they're playing. It's like, wow, because it's
the trailers did no justice.
Play either a 10-minute session or a 20-minute session, depending on how good my team is. All right, I'm done.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
or just keep going. Just keep going. It's.
A
lot of people are saying this game is game of the year. It's not game of the year, but damn, it's good.
It's good. And one thing they need to do is they need to start adding in more a variation of stat buffs on their gear. And then they need to add more unlockables. Like, you got to keep those things coming. Right now it's a good amount. Like, I'm being 100% real. There's some things that need to be buffed in terms of abilities and stratagems and whatnot. For those who are not in the military, not, signed up for Super Earth, those are like your call streak, your streaks and bombs and orbital strikes and other ways to save Super Earth and spread democracy like butter across these planets. But But
Like butter. Wait, what? Huh? Okay.
Okay.
yeah, orbital strikes. It
Let's
definitely
go.
bakes. Yeah, the
It
orbital
makes
strike, orbital
everything
laser.
hot and
It
flat.
it gums through. Yeah, it's definitely the hammer of dawn. And it.
Oh.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and the freedom it spreads, and the destruction. It's
Can I ask you,
freedom.
have
Yes.
you ever heard of anybody in the game just laughing because they're shooting so much? Like if you pick the machine gun
Yes.
and you start mowing down enemies and they're
Yes.
just screaming, I'm like, wow, the little things they put into
Yes.
this game. It's like, yeah, this game is amazing.
They're making me want to listen. Oh, you need to.
I honestly, I don't need to spend any more money right now, but I.
Girl, you
But
got
think
so
about
You
this,
many
you're
can, you
games
get
on
a
your
investing.
good
backlog.
slide, you can
I
just sit there and
do.
play all day. It's so much
You're
fun.
you're investing in democracy, and it's spread across the galaxy. Just think about all the little Timmies at home that need your ammunition. So you get out there, super soldier. You go spend your $39.99. Sometime, depending on what your tax rate is in your county, and you get out there and
Tax
you
rate,
do
what are
what
those?
God bless
Sir.
you. I
God
didn't,
bless.
I didn't know I was
Why?
talking to God's favorites. And you get out there and you invest in Super Earth the way that Super Earth has invested in you.
Yes, sir. Today, sir.
Now, that's it for me. I'm done. Anybody got any final words before we get out of here?
Am I allowed to be controversial?
Go for it. This is from Keith from the Outer Haven.
Don't whine because somebody outshined you and they're not as big as you. Take back what you said, admit that your take was wrong, and apologize. People who follow me on my Twitter know what I'm talking about.
And on that note, oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry. And speaking of that, where can they find you? Keith, where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me on the outerhaven.net where I'm doing stuff like gaming or technology, or you can find me on Twitter or X under Shadowhaxer, where I'm yelling at people and trying to defend democracy from people who do wrong. I don't like when people bully people. You also can find me on the Outer Haven Twitter account.
40 MIG board esports announcement extraordinaire league. Like I can't, all the accolades. I don't have time because then that would be a whole nother podcast.
Like a Rolodex.
I'd be doing 3
She
things.
said, "Oh, 3 things." Okay. So when's the last time you worked with the NBA? Or I mean, I'm sorry. No, keep going.
Anyway, hi guys, Bordy McBoard. You can see me on Bordy_McBoard on Twitter, or that little. You click on the button after what I posted. I posted Keith's Twitter, but you can click on that and you can find my social, and then you can find a whole bunch of stuff on those 3 dots. So yeah, that's it.
Hey, let's go. Hugger.
Yeah.
Where can they find you?
You know, on Twitter and all that. And before we go, I just gotta say, there's a game that just came back to Game Pass called Indivisible. It's really good. The studio shut down after the game came out, but you should play it. Easy 1,000. Oh yeah, it's one of those ones that made me go and get it physically.
I wouldn't pick
Like end of the world. Really We're going to Hugger and
Nah, I don't got no
games. Bunker.
I don't got no games. I ain't got no RPGs that don't need internet to enjoy for hundreds of hours. I ain't got none of that. Nope, not me.
But also reach out to your loved ones. Tell them and your mutuals that you love. Tell them you love them. Men, women. Especially tell the men in your life you love them, and tell the women that they raggedy but you love them too. And I just love you guys. Take us out. Do it properly. Don't
all right, Kevin Samuel.
Okay, what's right? She went full Kevin Samuel. But no, but what's the exit thing that Fame does? What is it?
Like he hasn't been here for like 4 years.
No, what does he say?
Now, some to double XP.
Yeah.
Now leveled up to
to 281 onions.
And
all right.
He's gonna kill you.
You guys have leveled up to level 281. If you guys would like to get all your gaming news, come to level1gaming.com.
Oh yeah, we have stuff.
All of our socials are in
Oh,
the
you got
description
Patreon
below.
membership.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Become a member with exclusive content,
Yeah,
you know,
he's gonna
all
kill
that
me.
good stuff. And
You
we'll
did
see you guys in
great,
the next
Baron.
one. Bye, guys.
He's gonna be like, you don't know this by